All right, AI government contractors. Welcome, welcome. I see that we have one person available. That's cool. Uh, just for the people who are going to be rewatching, I want to start going very sharply. This particular session is going to be much shorter than our previous sessions, but I still wanted to come in and break down the solicitation and create some clarity around how to actually find your government contract on Sam.Gov and what kind of strategy that you want to use to actually look for these government contracts as opposed to a random system, a random process. And of course, this morning we also hit 1,000 Skool community members. And I did make a promise. I promised that once we hit 1,000 community members, I would host a 2 day seminar. As we speak, there's a post on the community timeline that allows you to actually vote on the two options available for when this 2 day seminar would be hosted. You can join the community and you can vote on the date. Thank you very much. It was really great to see. This is not something that I did alone. It took the participation of the people in the group. Most of the people in the group are high level professionals who are looking to win government contracts or small business owners, established businesses. It's a litany of different people, but under this umbrella, we find that these people are professional and they are focused on finding skills that would help them to build out a government portfolio. So, if you're watching this in rewatch, thank you for joining the community. I am promising that the seminar that I'm going to host is going to be something you've never seen before, and it's going to be extremely comprehensive. And we would also discuss the next step in our community to actually get an inner circle of people who are going to be looking to submit proposals on a regular basis and actually meet with them weekly. I think that's going to be the best way to see results in the community. But what I have for today is I'm actually going to be going over the industry selection system for Sam.Gov, also using ChatGPT to create industry specific keywords. And this time around, I didn't prepare a solicitation to break down. I am going to be using the method of finding contracts on Sam.Gov to actually find a contract today to make it as practical as possible. Now, we have the steps actually written out here very clearly. It says use the NAICS code wheel to select the industries we will pursue on Sam.Gov. So right now, we don't have the NAICS code wheel. We're going to select an industry. Uh, I'm actually going to do this. Okay, so just give me a moment. We are going to now select an industry. I'm going to share my entire window. When I share my entire window, it's actually going to make it much easier for us to go through these dynamically. Now, the first thing is we're going to want to select our industry NAICS code. Now, a lot of people talk about NAICS codes and are very fixated on NAICS codes, but one thing that you have to realize is that it's not just NAICS codes, but you also want to be able to find industry specific keywords to connect you to adjacent industries. So you're not limited on the industries that you're going to pick. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me five NAICS codes for waste management. Let's use waste management. Let's say waste management was where you're trying to go into. Now, under waste management, there's so many different types of waste management. There's solid waste management, there's hazardous waste management, there's hazardous waste treatment and disposal. So let's look at hazardous waste treatment and disposal. I'm going to grab that NAICS code and just following step two here. Here we're going to use the triangle method to select three industries that you will bid on in the coming 90 days. Three industries. that you bid on in the coming 90 days. So you want to have 3 NAICS codes. Now, with the 3 NAICS codes, after you have gotten the 3 NAICS codes, the next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you're creating industry keywords with those NAICS codes. So use these NAICS codes to create industry keywords. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create an industry specific keyword for this industry, for this NAICS code. NAICS code. So this is the NAICS code here. Give 3. Now, the point of these industry keywords is simple. You're going to use this industry keywords to search on Sam.Gov. So what I'm seeing right now is that these aren't the industry keywords I'm asking for. So I'm going to ask you to change it to industry keywords that will be used for search. No more than 2 words per. Okay, so we have toxic waste management. Let's grab toxic waste management. And then, of course, open Sam.Gov. When we have Sam.Gov open here, the next thing we want to do is click on search. After clicking on search, you want to select domains. These are going to be contract opportunities. And I'm going to put toxic management. Toxic management. So, first of all, I want you to know that Sam.Gov is not a perfect interface where when you put in your search, it gives you exactly what you're looking for. So that's why I'm using this as a strategy around some of the limitations of the user interface that is Sam.Gov. But from what I'm seeing here, we're not having too many. We didn't have too many waste management results. So I'm going to go in again with hazardous disposal. So this is the demolition and replacement of temporary modular facility JBSA. The scope, this is a updated solicitation, is due on the 21st. So as you can see, I'm just working my way in, trying to break things down and figure out how this is going to work. Range cleaning solicitation, due on the 19th. Range cleaning, see attachments for bid. Okay, let's look at this range cleaning because this is also a solicitation. We have a very short description and a few attachments. What attachments are we seeing here? There's an amendment. So this is the rule with amendments. I'm going to grab this amendment right here and open it up. Okay, the amendment, I want to find out what this amendment is all about. I'm going to grab this, put it into ChatGPT and say, summarize this document. Let's find out what the amendment is about. So this document is an amendment to the solicitation for range cleaning services issued by the MICC. Okay, so response to vendor questions. It provides answers to the consolidated questions from vendors, addressing specifics about the shooting range, such as dimensions, the number of lanes, the details about the area needing to be cleaned. So I'm guessing that would have been some good information to establish a more accurate quote. Extension of the quote date. So the deadline for submission quotes has been extended from August 13th to August 19th. An addition of attachments. 2 new attachments have been added. An updated statement of work and a site visit form. So guys, when you see an amendment, break it down. Break down the amendment to a summary to find out what the amendment is about. There's also clarification on the work scope. So the document clarifies that the service is for a one-time cleaning of an indoor shooting range and associated water tank roof. Specified dimensions, cleaning requirements for lead and other hazardous waste. So guys, now we know that it's a one-time thing and the amendment gives clarification on that. Proposal submission details. Vendors are instructed to submit their proposals to specified emails by the new deadline. Okay, perfect. What else is in here? Range cleaning solicitation. So that's the solicitation. This is the statement of work. I am currently downloading these. This is attachment, updated statement of work. I'm going to download it as well. Site visit form. I'm going to download it just so we can look at it. This is the site visit form. It's 1 page. But when it comes to my breakdown, I'm going to be using the beginner friendly 5 step solicitation breakdown guide, but I'm going to attach all these documents right now into ChatGPT and then go into Google Doc because I need to get my 5 step solicitation breakdown guide. The yellow is the prompt, the orange is the purpose of the prompt. So we're going to be breaking this down now. First, I'm going to this is a copy and paste method for you to be able to consequently break down a solicitation. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold, guys. Just pardon me, give me a moment. Okay, so the first thing with this prompt is that it's going to give us a high level. It's not going to be anything too deep or too detailed. That's the point of that initial prompt. It gives you the title, the agency, and the summary. So the solicitation seeks a contractor to provide annual decontamination services for all horizontal surfaces in the indoor firing range and bullet recovery room at the U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Lab. The contractor will use wet wiping and HIPAA vacuuming to remove lead dust with cleanliness verified through wipe samples post documentation. So I'm seeing something here that just makes me curious. It says the solicitation seeks a contractor to provide annual decontamination. So I think perhaps it's one time because I remember the amendment said it's a one-time cleaning. So I am going to assume that that is one time. It's annual. So one time annually, I'm guessing is what it is. So let's go in. What you want to do is you want to start information gathering. I'm gathering information right now. This is the initial high level overview of the solicitation. Now I'm going to grab the second prompt, which is going to take us a bit deeper. This is just a copy and paste method, guys, to break down the solicitation and understand what it's about. This is going to give us more details on a more step by step basis. Check this out. Eligibility requirements. Well, they need you to have a technical competence. So contractors must have personnel qualified as hazardous waste operations technicians, hazmat responders, or lead abatement specialists. Okay. Then training requirements. They need you to have personnel that must have undergone lead abatement training and a 40-hour has worker course within the last 12 months. So these are very clear, right? These are very clear. Management and supervision. The contractor is expected to provide all necessary management and supervision to ensure successful performance. Wonderful. Security and access. Contractor personnel do not need a security clearance, but will have limited access arranged by facility manager. Guys, a lot of people always ask me, what about security clearance? Tell me about the security clearance. Well, I don't need to tell you anything. The contract is going to tell you, or the solicitation is going to tell you what level of security clearance they need. And right before us, we can see, well, in this case, they don't need any security clearance, and their access is going to be limited. Arrangements are going to be made with the facility manager. So don't ask me what the contract says. Don't ask me what you need to do. Inquire in the solicitation to get your answers. Excuse me. Okay, let's look at some of the key deliverables. So there are 4 deliverables mentioned here: decontamination of surfaces, maintenance, waste management, and certification of cleanliness. So under the decontamination of surfaces, all horizontal, vertical, and sloped surfaces within the outdoor firing range and bullet recovery room must be decontaminated. This includes wet wiping and HIPAA vacuuming to remove lead dust. Cool. You have service maintenance, waste management, certification, and cleanliness. Let's look at the objectives: health and safety compliance, environmental compliance, quality assurance. Now, I don't want you to think that, okay, now that we have this prompt, this is everything in the solicitation document. You can go further and tell ChatGPT, give me more details. There may be more details that ChatGPT can extract. You want to test it, give me more details and look deep into the second solicitation and find out, are there any more details that needed to be here? These are concrete details. But I just want you to know that you can continue to inquire. You can follow the process step by step and receive good information. But you also want to engage your curiosity and continue to inquire in the solicitation about what could perhaps be in the solicitation document that you need to see. So I'm going to grab this more detailed breakdown and I'm going to add it to my Google Doc sheet. Then I'm going to go into submission instructions. I want to find out, how do I submit this? How do I submit this bid package? What do they need from me? Okay, so the deadline of submission of proposal for the range cleaning service contract was initially set for the 13th of August, and now it has changed to the 19th of August. This extension allows potential contractors additional time to prepare and submit their proposals. So, format: proposal should be comprehensive and include all necessary management, supervision, and other labor details required to successfully perform the task outlined in the PWS. Contractors should ensure that proposal covers all the key deliverables eligibility criteria and conforms to the technical requirements specified in the solicitation. Content requirements: proposal must address all points raised in the statement of work, including detailed plans for decontamination process, waste disposal, and compliance with environmental regulations. Contractors are also expected to demonstrate their capacity to manage the project effectively, including staffing qualifications and training certifications. What is the submission method? Well, they want the proposals to be submitted via email to the designated contracting officers as per the amendment details provided in the solicitation document. We have even the emails of the contracting officers and their names. And acknowledge of amendments: contractors must acknowledge amendment receipt of their amendment prior to the hour or date specified for the receipt offer. The acknowledgement can be included in the proposal submission email. Guys, this is such an important one. If you haven't been listening to anything I'm saying, listen to this right now because this is crucial. How do you submit an acknowledgement submission? How do you acknowledge an amendment? Excuse me. There are two things that you may see when it comes to acknowledgement of amendments. Number one, you might have a form called the SF30 form. The SF30 form can be filled out to acknowledge the amendment. The other second thing that you can do is you can write a separate acknowledgement and attach it to your proposal or submit it as a separate document. And you can see it right here. This acknowledgement can be included in your proposal submission email. So when people ask me some questions about what do I do, I have to always turn them back to the solicitation because I don't know what to do unless I look at what the solicitation is asking me to do. I'm not playing a guessing game here. I want you to watch this carefully. In order for me to build out the acknowledgement of the amendments, this is simple. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to let ChatGPT know. Think like a middleman looking to bid on this contract. Guys, context in your prompts. Your prompts need context. Okay, so think like a middleman looking to bid on this contract, right? The name of your company is AI Gov Con, right? The name of your company is AI Gov Con. You want to write an acknowledgement of the amendment attached in the chat. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the amendment. Where is it? The amendment. Okay, I'm going to go back into Sam.Gov. I'm going to get the amendment, downloaded the amendment. I'm going to attach that amendment to this prompt and watch what happens here. I know there were some spelling errors and whatnot, but that'll be ChatGPT will handle all of that. But check this out. We have now created what we would say is 80% of what a good amendment should look like. It's acknowledging the extension, the inclusion of the updated statement of work, the consolidation and response to the questions. It has acknowledged what is in the amendment and lets them know that, hey, I saw the amendment, I saw the corrections. You can go in, you can grab this, you can tweak it, you can edit it to your liking, and send it over to the contracting officer, either attached to the proposal document or a separate PDF that they can easily know that this is an acknowledgement. But guys, I want to quickly pivot into something else, and that's writing proposals with ChatGPT. What you want to do at this point is you want to create the base, and the base is usually created from the table of content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a quick table of content, write out an executive summary for you, and we're going to call it a night. We hit 1,000 members in the Skool community. I'm super excited about that. I'm just wondering if anybody who is on the stream right now is in the Skool community. It's amazing. We're going to have a 2-day seminar that's going to be intensive and it's going to be mind blowing. I'm going to be showing you some of these techniques, but in a more comprehensive way, and I'm actually going to show it to you in completion. It's going to be amazing for you to see. On that day, a lot of people who have been stuck would see that there's no reason for them to have actually been stuck. But let's outline the evaluation criteria. Right now, ChatGPT is outlining the evaluation criteria in utmost detail. And after getting this out, the next thing I'm going to tell ChatGPT to do is think like a middleman again and write out a solid table of contents for your proposal. Guys, prompting, there needs to be context, there needs to be clarity, there needs to be specificity in order for you to actually build out your prompts in a way that they will be effective. You need to have clarity, you need to have specificity, you need to have context. So I'm going to go into the executive summary now. I'm going to say, think like a middleman, looking to write a confident proposal starting with the executive summary. Okay, the name of your company is the AI Gov Con. This is a short prompt to just produce the executive summary. Like I always tell you, the biggest mistake that you can make is to attempt to write out the entire proposal with one prompt. So this is now ChatGPT tried to. I want more. And look, you can change things the way you want. Like, look, ChatGPT has given me this. I'm not happy with it. I need more details. So you tell ChatGPT, I'm not really happy with this response. I want more detailed paragraphs that align our company strengths to the needs in the SOL. Guys, now, by the way, I didn't follow my system step by step, and that's why we're seeing that it's a bit choppy. And look, when you follow the system step by step, you're not going to get this because you're going to be putting a lot of information into the chat box. You need to join the Skool community because I'm going to be following the system step by step from start to finish in our 2-day seminar. It's free. Just join the community. There's a link in the description below. Now, let's look at what we have produced here and call it a day. Okay. I know some of you have seen this over and over again. You've been coming in for the lives, you've been watching the videos, but don't get bored of the repetition because it's a system that's going to give you a result at the end that you would have the ability to edit, to tweak, and to possibly submit as a bid package. So, what's this talking about? It says the AI Gov card is honored to submit a proposal in response to the solicitation by MICC Fort Eisenhower for the decontamination of indoor firing range. Our firm specializes in environmental services, which with a robust focus on hazardous waste management and indoor environmental quality, making us uniquely qualified to meet the project details requirements. We understand the significant responsibilities that come with ensuring the safety and compliance of operations within federal facilities, particularly those with high risk environments such as the firing range, alignment with technical expertise, proven track record, quality assurance, and compliance. Guys, you can even say, I don't like all these subheadings. I want the executive summary to focus on our desire to fulfill the needs in the SOL with our company strengths. Guys, this is a time where if you have your company's URL, you can throw it in for ChatGPT to use the details in your company's URL. Right now, it's picking details from wherever, from my words, trying to figure out what these are. But like I said, garbage in, garbage out. You need to give ChatGPT enough information to give you what you're looking for. But let's say with the strength of my company, and we will explain the details in other sections of the proposal. Let's go. Let's see what kind of response it's going to give us. I'm doing this on many occasions to show you that you don't have to just go with what ChatGPT gives you immediately. You have the ability to prompt it to change something, to add something, to subtract something, to change the verbiage, the tone, the vibe of the entire executive summary. Let's see what it has here. The AI GovCon is pleased to submit a proposal in response to the solicitation by MICC Fort Eisenhower for the decontamination of indoor firing range. Our commitment to excellence and extensive expertise in environmental remediation and hazardous waste management positions us as the ideal partner for this project. Understanding the critical nature of the work required at the firing range, the AI GovCon is prepared to deliver services that meet the rigorous safety and quality standards demanded by such an intensive environment. We have closely reviewed the solicitation of dated statement of work and are fully aligned with the project's specific requirements, including the needs for specialized documentation methods such as HIPAA vacuuming and wet wiping to effectively remove hazardous contaminants like lead dust. Guys, you can see how it's aligning with the needs, aligning with the needs. Our approach leverages proven strategies and methodologies that have been refined through years of successful project execution in similar environments, ensuring compliance with the OSHA and EPA guidelines. The AI GovCon's previous engagement, notably with government agencies, demonstrate our ability to manage and complete projects that meet stringent regulation standards and operational expectations. Guys, if you had a subcontractor, this verbiage is going to be different. If it was your company that was actually doing the work, the verbiage is going to be different. But it's important that you understand today that a lot of what you're going to be seeing, a lot of what you're going to be doing is going to be exclusive to the contract that you are pursuing. And it's not a one size fits all. So that's why you want to learn the system. That's why you want to be able to use the system, call it off head, have the ability to create prompts off the top of your head that are effective, that are sharp, having context, specificity, and clarity. There should be a goal that it's going for. But guys, with that being said, I really enjoyed coming on people. I know today was kind of earlier, so some of our frequent participants might not be able to participate, but you can always catch us on the live on the replay. With that being said, thank you for attending the live stream, and I'm going to see you next week, Tuesday.